What's going on YouTube? This is what would Josh do, and this is a super exciting video. This company did reach out to me, and they did ask me to review this video. I am not being paid to make this video, but it comes at such a perfect time where my current dash cam that I've been using for a year now, the screen on it died. It stopped working. It's still recording video. You just can't interact with the screen or anything. So this is from Wolfbox, and now I'm getting constant, nonstop ads on Facebook and other places now that I've shown interest in this dash cam. It's like someone told me about the wireless CarPlay thingy that you can buy, and I Googled it, and then oh my gosh, after I Googled it, it went from never seeing it in my ads to seeing it every single time I opened Facebook or YouTube or anything. Oh my gosh, so yeah, they sent me a whole bunch of stuff. They sent over some additional stuff besides just the dash cam. So, looking at the box, it says G900 TriPro mirror dash cam. Got some information here. This side just has Wolfbox. This says 4K, 1080p, plus 2.5K, Starvis 2, voice control, 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi, GPS, 12-inch touchscreen, and then same thing there. So I am excited for this. I am super excited for this because I love dash cams. I love dash cams. I was on my way to work a few months back, and I literally texted my boss like, hey, I'm going to be running late. I just witnessed an accident, and I pulled over, and I got my dash cam video from the Wi-Fi to my phone. Oh! Oh! Which, by the way, I now carry an SD card reader in my car so I can use that instead of Wi-Fi because, oh my gosh, it took so much longer to transfer it through Wi-Fi. But anyways, I did. I downloaded it from Wi-Fi to my phone, and then I showed the police officer the video. And the guy ended up fleeing the scene anyway. His car was literally missing a wheel and was, like, smoking real bad. So he didn't get very far, but he did flee the scene. But I was more worried about getting the dash cam video from my dash cam to my phone and showing the officer, and someone else that saw him flee chased him and gave the information to the officer about where the guy went. So we have a lens that faces the road, and then we have a whole bunch of other stuff here, and then Wolfbox, drive on, always on. Please read the manual before using. Please format the SD card in the dash cam before using. Please use original accessories provided in the package. Please check the functionality of the dash cam with its accessories before installation, which is what we're doing right now. Please contact us if you have any questions. So we see that we have a button here, and that's clearly indicated as the power on and off button. Then we have microphones, and then we have a USB-C port for power. We have a video camera connector. We have a GPS adapter, and we have an SD card, which mine has one in it. Ooh, and it's a 256 gig. So the bigger the SD card, the better, because obviously it records the video to the SD card. And sometimes you don't notice something right away. Like, say there's a missing person, and they're like, hey, if you were in this area, please pull your dash cam video. Well, what if you've driven since then? It's gonna keep overwriting the older footage. But if you have the largest SD card that your dash cam supports, that footage might still be there somewhere. So it's 256 is great, but if it supports even more than that, then that's what I'm going to get. And then we have the rear camera connector. So that's interesting that it's Type-C for this one, but this one's like an AV. And then looking at the back of it, we've got some ventilation. We've got the camera, and then we have these little things here. This is new to me. This is all brand new to me, so never had one of these before. In here we have the dash cam power. So you can power it with your cigarette lighter, and you get a USB-A output, so you can charge up a phone. And then we have these things here, presumably to mount to your existing rearview mirror. Then we have the extra camera. So what's interesting about this is my dash cam and most dash cams I've had for a while has a camera that's facing you, so it sees inside the car. This dash cam looks like it can be mounted, or no, I'm sorry, that's the GPS. This dash cam, you can stick it to your window and have it recording inside the car if that's what you want. I don't know. I was looking at my car and I was looking at my grill, and I think I found the perfect spot to mount this. And I think that would be pretty great because then I've got no windshield, completely unobstructed view, and I can see exactly how close my front end is to something. And then this sticks to your windshield or whatever, and it provides GPS data so it can see the real-time location and the speed that you're traveling, which could get you in trouble or out of trouble. Say you're pulled over for speeding and you know you weren't speeding and you have proof on your GPS that you weren't speeding. You could use that in a courtroom, and that's awesome. So got some stuffs here. We've got, please attach this electric to the windshield before using all adhesive mounts. Clean the area, no dust, remove. Okay, cool. So that's going to make sure that it has the best stickiness possible. And I've always mounted my rear camera to my back window, but my car is at such an extreme angle that I'm going to do my best to figure out a way to mount this externally, because now you can mount this one to your rear. And it can be adjusted with this little plate, and you can just tighten the screws. So that's your rear camera. That's going to be a very long cable and very high quality. I'm not sure what the red wire's for. And then we have a trim piece tool. We have a microfiber cloth. We've got an extra one, and that's fantastic in case you need to relocate it or something. Oh my word, this is like opening up a can of worms. Another one here, a little guy with some screws. And then we have another mounting, and then these are for routing the cables if you can't fit them nicely somewhere. So this just definitely feels like a lot to me. I'm assuming I can just stick this to the back of this because I'm just going to have it on my rear bumper. I think there's a spot for it. We've got a quick start guide, short, sweet, to the point. Yep. So if you're going to install it inside the car, you're going to want to use the extra bracket there, or remove the original one and attach the iron plate. Remember to tighten screws. This will ensure it's safe, reliable. The unit is fixed on the rearview mirror of the car through a strap, and the power cord is connected to the cigarette lighter. The rear camera can be installed both inside and outside the car, but we recommend installing it outside for clear footage. Yeah, that's my situation as well. Plus, I have my back window tinted, and that's going to be the route that I try to go. And it wants the GPS to be mounted like in the corner, the front of the car. Yeah, and here it says the Hardwire Kit's not included, so this was a review unit, so I did get some extra things sent over. Alright, so this looks to be like an extension cable of sort. Yeah, 33-foot rear. That's crazy. So we've got all this, and then we have this. Oh, so we would basically switch this out for this one. Oh, no. So this cable right here can be used to extend this one if you want to run this one all the way to the front of your car. Yeah, and that's more cable there. That's significantly more cable. So what I'll do is I'll determine whether I need the longer cable. I'll probably need the longer cable to go to the rear of the car. And then we have the Hardwire Kit, which honestly is a little bit scary. I've never connected a Hardwire Kit, but there's definitely advantages. My car only has one 12-volt cigarette lighter port. One. And with this, I can free that up to use a car charger. I know it includes a USB-A, but that's going to be slow. It's going to provide like 5 volts, 2 amps for 10 watts total. And then, so obviously this is an additional accessory that you can purchase. I did buy a multimeter, so I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm a little scared, but Yeah, find the ground wire in your vehicle, connect the red wire to the out of fuse, and then we have the wiring diagram here. So yeah, we've got different little things here for different style cars, and you just take your fuse out and put your fuse in here. I want to do this just because I've been wanting to do it, and it adds parking mode to your car. So we've got 2 of these here, and then we've got the unit. I just get a little bit overwhelmed. Just like so much. I like things to be as simple as possible. So yeah, just this simple little thing. This will provide power to the camera, and this will tap from your fuses and stuff. And that's the ground wire one. All right, so what we're gonna do is connect 12-volt power to this power station here to simulate it being a car outlet, and then connect it to where it says power, and then remove this film. Oh yeah. All right, so we have everything connected as, quickly and easily as possible to do some testing. And then we still have all the protective covers on the cameras, so ignore that. Oh, it has Wi-Fi. 5.8 gigahertz. All right, so the app says that it's connected, and we have the app on our phone, and we can go through the app and change the settings in here. And we could choose lower resolutions. You could do that to save a lot of storage space. Collision settings, speed in miles per hour, loop recording. You can change 1 minute to 3 minutes. And let's go ahead and format that SD card. And you can also choose 24-hour clock. And you can cycle between the cameras. So now we can access all the stuff on the actual device itself. So settings, record, display brightness, switch between the cameras, take a picture, lock, playback, microphone on and off. Nice little quick button there to access the microphone. And then we have a lot of the settings here, same as the app. So, in fact, maybe even more than the app. Oh, and it has the time correct from the phone, I guess. Fatigue reminder. What? Does it actually have a camera inside this thing? And then the resolution of all the different cameras. Oh, that little wire is to hook into your reverse camera, and you can get the little lines. I think that's what that is. Interestingly enough, the app has better reviews on iPhone than it does on Android. All right, and now we have the app on our iPhone. And this is going to be the same thing. You can switch between the cameras, go to device settings. A little bit different looking app here. All right, so I'm going to set all of this up, and then I'll be back to include a short clip of how that looks. All right, so we went to the website. We downloaded the G900 TriPro firmware, and we're going to go ahead and connect power to the cigarette lighter. Yep, okay, cool. So start to upgrade. And I am leaving everything connected in case like one of the devices has an update included with this or something. And then it's making me do setup. And we can see the updated firmware information here on this thing. I don't know if there's anything new here in the settings, so we'll have to compare this to what we just recorded, but it might be the same. All right, let's go set up in the car now that we have it all done. All right, so I'm finally getting around to the install, and that was pretty easy. There was this that I had to like pry up, and then there was 2 screws, and that was giving me some trouble because I didn't know about those 2 screws at first. But once I got those out, basically all the little pins come out, and then the 2 screws that hold that in, and then it looks like this. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 there. This little thing pops up, and then there's the 3 here. Oh yeah, there's the 6th one. Okay, 7, 8, 9. 9 of those, and then this pops up. And then all I did was sneak the little cable into here, and then it just is coming out of here. Then I take this long extension and I just connect it to here, and I just run it inside the car. So we're almost done with finally doing this. For the last couple weeks I've had this coming down and then just shutting it in my trunk. Alright, so very simple, just basically wrapped it around. I mean, you can zip tie it. I don't have zip ties, and I feel like that's fine. And then it just connects right there. Now that's not the best water seal. I probably should have like removed this thing here and ran it through that, but you know, I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal because the water can't, I don't know, hopefully not. So not the perfect install. It's the Josh way of doing it, and it's not awful to me. All right, 2 screws are in there, and that's shut. All those little push pins are back in. Got my, you know, Josh wiring there. I tested the camera, and it's currently working, so awesome. All right, I also got a little bit of an upgrade here. So it came with an SD card, but I wanted one that holds more storage, because once your SD card runs out of storage, it's going to start overwriting that older footage. Plus, also, since this is high endurance, usually storage, whether it be SD card or hard drive or whatever, once it writes a crap ton of data, it starts slowing down. It can do fast writes and reads in short bursts, but then it starts slowing down. And with the dash cam, the moment you turn the car on till the moment you turn the car off, it's recording constantly the entire time. So it needs that high endurance, being able to write just constantly its entire life that it's on. So that's why I went with the high endurance. Now, the one Wolfbox makes might be designed for dash cams and might be, see, worry-free recording day after day. So for dash cams and home security cameras, this is what you want to get. And the Wolfbox might be the perfect SD card, but this one's bigger and it's one that I know, so that's what I'm going to use. Also, they sent me over some stuff for my dash, which I'll show you that here in just a moment. And also, they sent over the front camera, because the one that came in my package was actually a camera for the inside to like record you. But I don't do like Uber or anything like that. The only thing that would be good for is, like, say a cop pulls you over and says you weren't wearing your seatbelt, but you can prove on video that you were wearing your seatbelt. That's what that's beneficial for. This one is the front camera, so I can install it in the grill, wire it to the front, and instead of having something that's like facing outwards and getting reflections from the glass and, you know, snow or, you know, whatever, it's going to be on the front grille of the car, and it's going to be getting a perfect unobstructed view of any reflections or anything. And also my dash thing, I'm going to try to mount it here, because with this one, I'll show you, I have a really big rearview mirror here, so it actually had a hard time going around it. And it's also in the video, you'll see this is constantly the entire time in the view. So that's why I think it'll be best to have it mounted here. So I'm going to open that up and try to mount it there and see if that works out. Otherwise, I'll have that 1080p front one in the front grille, and it'll be fine anyways. My trunk's currently open because I am charging up the battery that's currently in my trunk, keeping my cooler charged. So just topping off the battery while I record, and the trunk's open because the cable's sticking out. But there's the rear facing view. Again, the trunk is open, so it's facing upwards. There's going to be the front facing view, and then there's going to be the like camera that's in this thing, the highest quality one. There's going to be the like camera that's in this thing, the highest quality one, which is having a hard time seeing that. But anyways, so that's what it looks like mounted there. And I still have access to my rear view mirror here, so I can adjust this and move it the way I want to, and I can still use my Kia apps and functions and stuff. And yeah, Pretty freaking exciting. I am not going to show you how I wired the front camera. Let's not talk about that. I need to figure out a better way of doing that. This is going underneath the floor thing here and going, yeah. Anyways, let's not talk about that one. And then these just come down here, and I need to tie these up. But other than that, here's my old dash cam that broke. It literally stopped working. It's not through that company, it's a different company. But anyways, I need to clean my car out. It's dirty. It's dirty. Don't. Anyways, that's super freaking exciting. I'm so happy. There's like glare and stuff from the dash. And then I'm gonna go ahead and download these videos to my phone actually, so you can see a perfect view. But yeah, now we have all 3 cameras. That's so cool. And then again, the trunk's facing upwards. Don't really pay too much attention to that. And now we got a perfect clear view of the front. I guess it'd be helpful to show you an actual view. So there's the front of the car. And there's the little dash cam right in the dead center. So pretty freaking sweet. Unobstructed, perfect front view versus that. Alright, we are currently in the app for the Wolfbox G900 Pro, and we have the front camera installed, and we have the rear camera installed, and we have the dash cam mounted alternatively where it's not connected to the driver mirror. So here we can see that this is like what the 4K camera is going to see, which has a little bit of the dash. Of course, I could raise it like this and get less of the dash in there. That looks pretty good. But then here's the view from the front camera. There you go. So let me go ahead and just, there you go. This is the front camera. So we'll face it up a little bit more. And yeah. And then here's going to be the rear camera for the trunk. And there you go. So that's pretty freaking exciting. Live good and climb. I ain't even gotta try to shine. Live good and climb. I ain't even gotta try to shine. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'm most active on my YouTube community page. If you just go to my YouTube channel profile and you click posts, you'll see all of my posts and you'll know what I'm working on next. Thank you for watching. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.